Oh, well, he was a huge hit in PNG. In fact, the entire Aussie squad, the Prime Minister's third team, they were absolute rock stars, downing the locals 42-20. Joining us on Sportsday this afternoon, Jamal Fogarty. Welcome to Sportsday.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah,
We're good.
Yeah, we're going well, mate.
We're really good. I did mention rock star there. How does it feel? Like those scenes were just phenomenal. To be a part of that, it certainly was something special.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough. I played a lot of the Queensland Cup over there with the Burleigh Bears, and the treatment you get over there as a Queensland Cup player, it's quite eye-opening. And then to be able to go over there with NRL players like Damien Cook, Luke Brooks, and Xavier, and the likes of the squad that we had, it was quite a big crowd and sometimes overwhelming. Obviously, with how excited they are, they're a rugby league nation, and just the way that they embrace and love the game's really unique, and yeah, it was an awesome experience.
Yeah, Jamal, there have been some people that have come out and been a bit critical about an NRL team being up there. Does going over there in this environment and seeing the passion and the excitement, I mean, you've seen it at Q Cup level, do you think with the right support that something really special could develop up there in PNG?
Yeah, I think if they can get all the right terms and conditions to, for it to be safe and comfortable living for players and families to do it there, I think it's a great way to evolve our game. Obviously, you've got a whole country behind a team. It's kind of a one country team, and they're rugby league mad. Whether they're going good or bad, they just want to come out and see some big collisions and some line breaks and tries. So. Yeah, I think, it's a great way to potentially grow the game.
Mate, the way that the PNG side started yesterday, it might be too long before they won't need any Aussies going up there to play from. Because with the right development from a young age, you could, given what they did to you guys in that first 20 minutes, I was saying to Michelle off the air that it seemed like you just wore them down, and it was more the professionalism of the Australian side than the play, because there was certainly plenty of skill and strength and power in that PNG side.
Yeah, I was definitely very nervous after that first 12 or 15 minutes. When we were 12-0 down, I was like, oh, no, please don't have one of those days. First rep jersey, I don't want it to be like this. But then obviously, the quality that we had in our team, every time we got an opportunity to speak to one another in a little group or a scrum, we just focused on doing the little things and doing things together, and we'll slowly chip away at them. And I think what you said there is just the professionalism for us to be able to, do a 5-month pre-season, 27 NRL games, and to put a team together, whereas majority of their squad, I'm pretty sure, was Queensland Cup players that have come through the PNG local sides. And for them to start us at the start, obviously there's a fair bit of talent there, and every single person that comes out of PNG, they're very physical, they're fast, they've got great skill. And it was very hard to start the game off yesterday because we didn't really watch a whole lot of video on them like we do with the NRL, and they don't play a certain style where they get to a point and put on certain shapes. They kind of just play off-the-cuff football, and they caught us on the back foot quite early, and then obviously we were able to get the win, which was nice.
I suppose combinations would have been a bit of an issue early on too, but you did touch on your first rep jersey at 100. Congratulations on that one. We were going to introduce you as Johnny Come Lately, but you did it. That's another proud moment for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. To be able to get 2 NRL games in 2017, I thought it was all done, and obviously to start playing consistently at 26, that's where I thought, this is just me playing regular NRL, and to be able to actually get a rep jersey, I think it's quite awesome. When I found out that I was going to potentially be in the squad, I was that excited, and I didn't hear anything for a week and a bit, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm not even in it. And I was kind of a little bit disappointed, and once I found out, you're going, it was all happiness again, like a little kid. So for an old fella, I'm pretty proud of that.
I tell you what, another old fella in Freddie. What was he like? Him being, I guess, thrust back into that sort of coaching role after obviously not being in charge of the Blues.
Yeah, completely different to Ricky Stewart, that's for sure. He was quite calm and very relaxed.
Are you saying Sticky's not calm?
Easy going. Nah, I don't think he knows what that is. But, yeah, I think, Freddie got us all in. The only rule for the week was to make sure we're on time to meetings, your physio appointments, your training sessions. And he just said, we just want to enjoy the experience. We really want to have fun and embrace it and impress one another. And that was pretty much everyone's goal for the week. And I thought he'd done a pretty good job to be able to get, 19 players together on Wednesday to play Sunday. We had a lot of good times there in the team room, playing cards and drinking coffees and stuff like that, hanging out, which really helped us connect, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah, a young fella that really put his best foot forward on the weekend is one of your teammates, Kaeo Weeks. We've seen him, patches of brilliance throughout the season, but gee, he put his best foot forward on Sunday. What are you expecting from him next year? Where do you think he'll play? Will he be your fullback next year?
Yeah, I think the way he finished the season for Raiders and for him to get picked in PM's 13 and the way that he played yesterday, in my opinion, I think he needs to be our starting fullback. He's got a passing game, he's got a kicking game. He can set up our defensive line. He can make tackles at the back. He showed that against Bulldogs there last year, get in front of the big Billy Kickow, and he's also got the experience of being able to game manage a little bit as well. So to have all the skill sets and to just be able to sit at the back and go left and attack and go right and attack, and the way that he runs, he's that fast. Any little half line breaks turn into full line breaks tries. So I think he needs to be in our team, and for our team moving forward, I reckon he's going to be the best at fullback.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to sneak a quick one in. You and I have both seen the effort your other teammate Hudson Young's gone to behind the scenes. I mean, the day after the Raiders were done and dusted this season, he was back in the gym doing anything and everything, and then obviously not getting picked in that Australian side until Liam Martin went down. He really deserves his chance, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think I've said it before. Huddy's probably played more consistent this year than he did last year, and for him to bounce back the way that he did after being dropped from the Blues, like we've seen players in the past where they get dropped and their form goes out the window and they're in a bit of a slump, but somehow Huddy just kind of put that to the side and focused on us, and he got selected in the PM's 13, so he was always going to keep training. That's just Hudson. He just loves training. That's his lifestyle. But that kind of is the professionalism of him as well, because if he wasn't doing that, then I reckon he would have got picked to be in the Australian squad. Obviously, they would have known that he trains and does all the stuff, even though the season's done. So it's a great reward for Hudson. I really hope he gets a starting spot and can get plenty of game time because he's someone you need in your team because he's so competitive.
Yeah, I love watching him play. He's just the ultimate competitor in every single play, regardless of the scoreline, which is what you need. Every team loves having guys like that in their team. Now, Jamal, just before we let you go, we had Sticky on earlier in the year. Now, he said you love going around for a steak, but he was filthy that you hadn't bought any around. He reckons that you bludge off him. Have you actually taken a steak around for him to cook yet, or are you just still bludging off him?
Nah, his pockets are touching his ankles, and at that full, why would I buy some for him, mate? He played rugby league for 15 years, been coaching for 20, so he hasn't worked a day in his life, mate. Surely he can shout a little rump steak or something.
Oh, surely he's getting you an eye fillet. He's not buying your rump, is he?
I heard it was chuck steak.
No, he's a T-bone man, so and he can actually cook them all right.
I don't mind a T-bone. Yeah, that's good. Well, mate, Jamal, thanks for the chat, mate. We wish you all the best. Have a great off-season and look forward to seeing Canberra bounce back to some great form next year.
No worries. Hope you have a great week.